What's up, Red Wings fans? Welcome inside Center Ice Arena here in the beautiful Traverse City, Michigan for the annual Red and White Scrimmage. I'm Daniella Bruce alongside Red Wings radio play-by-play announcer Ken Kal and Art Regner, Renaissance man. We're going to stick with that one.
I
Okay?
like it. It's so true. It's just...
It is really true. And Carley Johnson will be joining us ringside. We'll bring her in momentarily as well, gentlemen. It's the big day. We've been waiting for the red and white game leading up to this. A lot of players that we're excited to see what they're going to bring to the table. And this is really their first tryout, let's say, before the preseason. They get to implement some of the stuff that they've been learning at training camp. So what are you guys looking forward to about today's scrimmage?
I'm going to focus on a couple of players, one in particular, Mo Sider, Daniella, and Art. And, everybody's excited about Mo Sider being in the lineup and being here in Detroit, and hopefully he can make the team. I would imagine he's going to make this team this year and have a big impact on the blue line. He's a player that I really want to watch. And, the other player I want to watch, too, and I don't know how much time he's going to play, is Goaltender Bradstrom, because he really played well in the Prospects tournament and was really sharp. So, if he gets a chance to play in this red-white game, I want to look at him, too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm really concentrating on the line of Pius Suter, Robbie Fabry, and Lucas Raymond. I think that, that line's going to have a lot of firepower, and I'm really eager to see what Lucas Raymond can do. He's been really outstanding. I just like the way he bobs and weaves, and he creates his own shot, and it's hard and it's accurate, and his wrist shot is almost second to none. I'm also eager to look at Filip Zadina as well, because I think Filip Zadina, by his own admission, he kind of came into his own last year as far as a complete player, played a two-way game, showed some really good passing skills too in setting players up. But I know that he's a goal scorer. He wants to be a goal scorer. So I'm just eager to see how his game has come along, and what he will do. On the blue line, I mean, again, I would just say this: I think that Danny DeKeyser is going to have a really big year.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how he bounces back, because even last season after his back surgery, we know that he struggled a little bit to get back into his game shape that he was in, and we saw that improve throughout the season, but I think it'll be even better this season. So excited to see how Danny DeKeyser does. I mentioned that Carley Johnson is ringside. Let's bring her in. Carley, we're here at the red and white game. We've watched almost a week of training camp. We've watched the Prospects tournament. There are a lot of players that were very impressive. Who are you keeping your eye on?
I mean, that's for sure. We've been here for about a week and a half now, watching a lot of hockey, seeing a lot of new faces around here. And one guy in particular, I know we were talking about, Daniella, you pointed out that Sean Horkoff told us was a player to watch, Kirill Tatayev. And he had a standout prospects camp, and he got that rolling into main camp. So I'm excited to see what can happen. I don't think he's really going to crack this lineup quite yet, but I mean, he's definitely on everyone's radar. Also having a really good prospects camp and main camp is Lucas Raymond. I know you guys were talking about him before. He has a dynamic shot, and he looks really comfortable out there. Yeah. And I know he's played in the SHL. It's just a men's league, and so he kind of knows how to play with some of these older, bigger guys, because he's not a big guy himself, or an old guy for that matter. But he really looks like he knows what he's doing out there. He has that hockey IQ, and like I said, a great shot. A couple other new faces. Pius Suter, he's been kind of quiet out there, but not in a bad way. He's been solid. But I do want to talk about Alex Nedeljkovic. Great and not, but I do want to point out he's also a great guy. He brought donuts for all of the volunteers that we have here at Center Ice Arena. I heard that from our social crew, Andrew and Stacy, so shout out to them for that tip. But just being able to have a good, solid tandem between Thomas Greiss and Alex Nedeljkovic. He also got in his new pads, so he's looking good in the red and white out there. And he has a new goalie helmet design that we posted on social media, so go check it out if you want a closer look into the details. But all in all, I mean, I'm excited to see how the lineups are going to look in today's game, because we're without Larkin, Stahl, Vrana, and Berggren. Stahl was practicing with the team out there when they were practicing some neutral zone lockdowns, but I don't think he's going to be in the game. I don't know if they're just giving him a bit of a rest. Same goes for Larkin, and we know Vrana is out with an upper body injury. So we'll keep you guys updated on any updates that we hear about any of these guys, but just really excited to be able to see some game action. It's been almost 5 months since we've seen these guys in game action, and I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm going to go Team Red today, but
she's making picks.
I don't know, you guys. I mean, they're both stacked, but Team Red, I just like looking at going down the line, like with Filip Zadina, And Mitchell Stevens, I think he's going to be a really solid player for us. Kind of like out of nowhere. Tyler Bertuzzi, it's been a while since we've seen him in red and white out on the ice. And their defensemen, I mean, their blue line, Nick Leddy, Lindstrom, Lashoff, Newpower, Sider, Osterley, and Brubacher, and then Bryson, Pickard, and Nutt. So I think the Team Red is going to be my pick, although Team White may come out and prove me wrong.
Yeah, Carly, it's going to be interesting, really exciting. I think they split them up pretty evenly, actually, so we'll see how that goes. But thank you so much for all of that update, Carly. Like you said, we're without a few key players today, which is a little bit of a bummer, but a lot to look forward to. We'll be checking back in with Carly later. She will be talking with some of the guys during the red and white scrimmage. So, Carly, enjoy down there. Let us know if you got anything else for us.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. A little cold up here, so stay warm up there.
Yeah, I know. Notice you got your gloves on. That's definitely key today. That's key. All right, you guys, let's take a closer look at some of the lineups. We will start with Team White because Carly went into Team Red a little bit. So we've got Robbie Fabry in the forward crew. He kind of leads the way. Lucas Raymond and Pew Suter. Art, we assume that will be the first line, as you mentioned earlier. So that will be a very exciting line to see. Pew Suter, we picked him up in free agency. He was a rookie last year, played pretty well in Chicago. I know Red Wings fans remember him very well because he scored not only his first NHL goal against the Red Wings, he had his first NHL hat trick against the Red Wings, so that will be fun.
Look, whenever you come to a new team, it's going to take you a bit of an adjustment period, even though, you know, he did very, very well, Pew Suter, against the Red Wings last year when he was a Blackhawk. You know, he's still getting used to the Detroit system, and, you know, he's only been here for, you know, I know he's been skating with some of the guys. I think he came in a little, you know, earlier, so he's been here for a while, skating with the guys, but unsupervised practices at Little Caesars Arena. But now it gets real. And, you know, I think we probably should tell fans that this is not a game. I mean, this is not, you know, you're expecting a regular game. You're not going to get that. I mean, this is it's kind of a controlled environment is what's going on.
And if you've tuned into some of our training camp streams throughout the week, we talked a lot about what the coaching staff was trying to do during training camp, which was implementing new systems for these players, teaching the structure. And this is the first time that they'll actually get to try to implement that in a game situation. But like you said, are very controlled. Ken, Team White, what are you looking forward to?
Well, first and foremost, I think what we were talking about during our streams during the week, the Red Wings really have to improve their specialty teams. No question about that. The power play and penalty kill needs to get better this year if the Red Wings want to have success and hopefully move up into the standings. And maybe if they do improve 9 to 10%, especially on the power play, maybe they're battling for a playoff spot in their division. So what we're going to see today is the last 5 minutes of both periods. There's 2 periods, 25 minutes each, but the last 5 minutes we're going to see power play and penalty kill. And Art and Daniella, I think that's really important because you need to work on those specialty teams. That's part of winning in the National Hockey League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that has to start here at training camp, right? I talked to Sam Gagne a little bit about that yesterday, that improvement starts here, right? You've got the new guys here. They're learning new systems, and they want to improve that power play. You can tell. They worked really hard on it throughout the week.
And a couple of players that will be playing for Team White that I really want to look at, too, is Michael Rasmussen. We really haven't seen him much during our live streams during the week because he was on another group, but I want to see him really perform. And, again, I think he needs to have a big year for the Red Wings. He's been in the system for several years now. And, again, we talk about the power play. He's an important cog to me on one of those power play units. He's got a big body, a big frame. He can get in front of the net, be that net front presence guy, and really win battles along the boards.
Great. He can tip pucks. I mean, he has hand-eye coordination. Is second to none. He also has huge reach. You know, I expect Rasmussen, Ernie, and Nametsnakoff to be the second line for Team White. I think this is going to be a pretty close game. I really do. You know, I think yesterday I was favoring the red team 6-3, but I think I'm going to back off on it and now say 7-5.
Oh, backing off.
High-scoring affair, huh?
Yeah, very high
right.
scoring.
I like that.
Not a goaltender friend today. I think Grayson and Nadalkovich are going to do okay, but I think that there's some high-end, high-powered skill level on the forward core, and I think that might come to the forefront.
And all of our fans watching today, make sure you're commenting wherever you're watching, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, or if you're tuning in on DetroitRedWings.com, and use the hashtag LGRW. We will try to feature your comments on today's stream. We're excited. This is the first sign of hockey being back, you guys, and hey, we've got a preseason game this week, September 30th at Little Caesars Arena, which we will also be streaming. It's against the Buffalo Sabres, and Ken Kal, Paul Woods will be on the call, and that will be available on DetroitRedWings.com. Ken's going to miss all your comments on that one. He already made that clear. Art, not so much. But
No. I think we're doing the big screen show, though, so we'll.
Yeah, I will not be available for that game. I am in one of my best friend's wedding this weekend, one of 8 this year. So it's been a busy year for me, but you guys will be there.
That's a lot of new dresses for you.
Oh, yeah, lots of new dresses. Lots of new dresses.
It's been a very expensive summer for you.
Yeah, it has been a very expensive summer. But you're taking a look at the preseason schedule right now. We've also got games against Columbus. We've got games against Pittsburgh. Make sure that you are getting your tickets at DetroitRedWings.com. We hear a little roar from the fans. It seems like the team's about to take the ice, you guys, so that's exciting. A packed arena here at Center Ice.
Well, the other thing that I'm looking forward to is this is really the first game situation that all these players are going to be involved in. And you're probably not going to see a big physical game. It's usually not like that. You're not going to see a lot of penalties called, although we will see the power play and penalty kill in the last 5 minutes of each period. But what I really want to do is I want to see how well they play defensively. I want to see, especially Mo Seider, how he plays. If he's teamed up with Nick Leddy, how he will play and perform with a veteran out there. So it'll be interesting. And again, I think Victor Bradstrom was really good for the Red Wings in that prospect tournament. Yeah. And I really want to see him play if he gets a chance here today.
Wow, a little gamesmanship going on here. The white team's been out for a good minute or so, and suddenly the red team started emerges. This is more than bragging rights. These guys are competitive.
You know a player that we haven't talked much about who was on Team White, Vatislav Nametsnakoff. He's listed as a center for today's scrimmage. We know that he has seen some time at center and the wing, but it's interesting. Really, what forwards are going to make the Red Wings is going to be very interesting because there are a lot of players that we could kind of shuffle through here. But Vatislav Nametsnakoff played last season from Tampa. Do you guys like his chances of being on the Red Wings roster?
I like his chances when the Red Wings are ahead because he always seems to score those empty net goals. And Philip Rowney's another guy that likes to score those empty netters. But no, all kidding aside, I think he needs a big year too, especially if he's going to play on a third or fourth line. Nametsnakoff needs to find a way to find some offense, put the puck in the net on a regular basis, and the plus-minus, should be good as well. And so that's another thing. The Red Wings were really a minus team last year. They got to work at that plus-minus.
Right. I'll tell you, Nametsnakoff's an interesting case. Steve drafted him. Steve traded for him. And I don't mean this in a negative way. He looks like he's the full package and has a skilled, good 200-foot player. They just need more from him because there's guys knocking on the door.
Right.
I mean, Nametsnakoff could be a guy, the odd man out here if Veleno comes through and Raymond comes through and Berggren comes through. I mean, there's some young forwards here, so that is going to be interesting to see how his storyline develops throughout this year.
Well, that's exactly my point, Art. And like I said, he's listed as a center on today's roster. And then you've got Pius Suter, Mitchell Stevens, these new guys that are going to be fighting for.
Another player I want to look at is Carter Rowney. He's a veteran that's been around the National Hockey League, and I want to see how he plays as well.
Looks like we're underway here, Ken.
Yep, we're ready to go. Team Red against Team White. The puck has been dropped, and we're underway as Team Red's Mo Seider quickly lays it up the right wing. Pass over toward the blue line. Zadina had his pass knocked away, and now the players in Team White. Raymond goes after the puck. Seider in pursuit, looks over his right shoulder, hands it off to his defensive partner, Nick Leddy. Nada Bertuzzi quickly wings it out to Zadina, cuts outside, inside, took a glove to the face by Danny DeKaiser, maybe a stick, but the play continues as Robbie Fabry brings it over the blue line, drop past Raymond with a shot, and Grice comes up with the first save of the game.
So Mo Seider and Nick Leddy together on that starting line for Team Red.
So we're seeing Grice in goal for Team Red and Alex Nedeljkovic wearing number 39 in goal for Team White. No score, we've just begun. Glad you're in tune. Joining the stream is Rowney. We talked about him just moments ago. Pass now back into the corner for Giovanni Smith. Smith laid it into the slot. It's off a skate of Gagne and travels all the way down the ice. Grice way out to the circle to hand it off. Brubacher handles it for Team Red. Like that Jordan Osterley as he plays it back. He's one of the newest Red Wing defensemen. Osterley with a feed pass to Rowney at center. Carries over the line, checked in along the boards. Good hip check by Renuft right there as it goes to Rasmussen in behind the goal. Rasmussen dug it loose, sends it over to the right side. Puck slammed around the boards, up into the air, out to center ice, and we have a quick whistle. No score. We're 2 minutes into the hockey game.
Just a reminder to fans that we are without Dylan Larkin today. He is not in either of the lineups, but Tyler Bertuzzi is in the lineup, and we haven't seen him play since he had his back surgery earlier in the year. So excited to see how he's looking.
Yeah, I think that's key. I'm not really surprised with Dylan. He said that it's still kind of a bit of a work in progress. He hasn't been full contact. I'm a bit surprised too that Bertuzzi's playing in this game, but I'm sure that he's a real gamer. He probably wanted to get in there, so it'll be interesting to see how he holds up.
And of course, when you have an injury like Larkin had last year, you want to be cautious, and the worst thing you want is don't want him to re-injure himself as well. So you take it easy with a game like this.
Right.
There's no doubt.
Let's be honest.
Necks are really a funny thing.
And we know Dylan Larkin has a spot on this team, so I don't think he has much to prove in the red and white game.
Well, if he doesn't, the Red Wings are going to be awfully darn good. I'll
tell you what, last year injuries hurt a lot of teams, including the Red Wings.
Yep.
And you need those key players in your lineup like Bertuzzi, like Verana, and like Dylan Larkin.
Right. The Red Wings kind of hurt themselves, too, with following COVID protocol and using their taxi squad, where they went 0-6-2 in that span where they had 5 regulars out. But that kind of hurt them. But, hopefully everything is back to normal.
Got a good fast pace here in the early going. 17:21 to go in the first period. And the puck comes out to center ice, and Verbeek, with all that speed, carries over the blue line, cuts wide. That's his bread and butter right there, circles the net. Bounced it back towards the right point to Nick Leddy, over to Mo Sider. Pass in the skates, and now Fabry will pick up the puck at center ice, charge over the line with Raymond. Lucas Raymond with a feed in the slot. Suter with a chance, and Grice comes up with a big pad save.
Lucas Raymond, nice drop back pass.
That's Suter. We all remember him with the Blackhawks. Had a hat trick against Detroit last year, and now he's a member of the Red Wings as the puck is back into the team red zone. Gustav Lindstrom swings it out to center ice. Suter looking after the puck, but Zadina comes away with it inside his own zone, drops it back, and now Leddy with a feed up the left wing. Joe Veleno tapped it up across the line. Enough checked in along the boards for Team White. Veleno trying to stick handle with the puck. Now it's sent out in front and out to Raymond at center ice. Cross ice pass. Nametsnakoff charges wide on Leddy. Got a backhand away and a kick pad save from Thomas Grice. Now Nametsnakoff into the corner. Michael Rasmussen bumps with his man and along the boards. Lindstrom goes down heavily and along the end boards. It comes to Alex Cotton from the line. Shot redirected into the high slot. Rasmussen dug it free. Tried to lay it back in the line. It was intercepted off a skate, and Gustav Lindstrom didn't clear it out. Rasmussen steals, moves in with a shot, and Grice comes up with a glove hand save.
It seems that the white team is beginning to carry the play a little bit. This is what's really interesting is that Robbie Fabry got a little annoyed with Nick Leddy and gave him a little love tap with his stick. And Leddy looked at him like, hey, man, what's going on here? I mean, okay, we're on opposite teams. Right?
Maybe he thinks he stole the Islanders.
Yeah, maybe like, old grudges die hard, huh?
Maybe they had something going when they played. Right?
Yeah, maybe. It was kind of funny.
So no score in the game. White threatening a little bit here as the puck comes back towards the line of Barber. Smashed it off the boards. In after it, that is Luke Witkowski. And he kind of trimmed that beard up a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I couldn't recognize him.
Years gone by, kind of looked like a member of the ZZ Top group, but
sure
cleaned up his act a little bit. He's wearing number 20. That's a different number for him as he pounds it around the boards. Rowney steals. Now moved it down low into the corner for Sam Gagne. Quickly back to the line. Here's Newpower. Shot wide to the goal. Rowney got a stick on it. I'd like to see him. He's parked out in front of the net trying to make something happen for Team Red. 5 minutes gone by, and it's a scoreless tie as Giovanni Smith backhands it towards the left point. Puck shot to the side of the goal. Nedeljkovic swept it into the corner. Now to Gagne, twisting and turning, sends it back in the line to Jordan Osterley. Angles it off the boards and behind the goal. Team Red in the middle of a change as Nedeljkovic will stick it behind his own net. And Daniella, I'm really looking forward to Nedeljkovic this year. He was a Calder Trophy finalist, and boy, the Red Wings got him at a good price as well.
Yeah, they did. He was great in Carolina. He had a couple playoff appearances, and he played against Detroit really well, too, which isn't so fortunate for the Red Wings, but he definitely is going to bring that the goalie tandem that we saw last year. He's definitely going to add to that, and hopefully it is him and Thomas Grice.
And he could be, the way the rules are, he could be a Calder Cup finalist this year, too. He could actually win the Rookie of the Year.
I love that, Art.
True.
All about it.
Number of games he played, only 22 or something. So
wouldn't mind if Mo Sider made the team and got to be a finalist for Calder.
How about the finalists for the Calder would be Raymond, Sider, and Nadalkovich?
I think we're reaching for the stars with that one, but I love it. I love the
right?
optimism, yes.
Neither team has scored. 6 minutes, 4 seconds gone by. First period here in Traverse City. I would imagine we'd play the 20 minutes and then they'd tack on 5 minutes on the clock, and that's where we'll see the power play and penalty kill.
And from what we heard, Ken, they're going to switch by the minute. So it'll be Team Red 1 minute, Team White the next, and they'll go back and forth until the 5 minutes runs up.
Oh, wow.
I like that because in a game like this, usually there's not many penalties called.
No. I would imagine we won't see any called before the 20 minutes is up.
Play whistle down offside over that Team White blue line. Well, it's an interesting division this year. Again, the Red Wings go back to the division with Tampa Bay, Toronto, Boston, and it's a really tight or a really good division for the Red Wings to be in, but it's going to be highly competitive. And the Red Wings want to move up the ladder a little bit, but they're playing some really good teams, especially the two-time defending champion Tampa Bay Lightning.
Lightning, don't forget the Florida Panthers. Ottawa looks a little bit better, and then there's Buffalo.
And opening night, presented by Coca-Cola. October 14th
That's
at
right.
Little Caesars Arena.
And it's the two-time Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning in town to kick the season off.
Oh.
Back towards the line, Sabrango dumps it down into the corner. Scoreless tie as Jan will pick it up for Team Red wearing uniform number 67. On a tryout, comes out to Nametsnakoff. He'll sling it across and bring it over the line. Troy Stetcher. Checked along the boards by Brubacher, but the play comes back the other way. Bertuzzi tried to go inside on Renouf and Ernie, and Renouf snuffed that one out as the puck comes around towards the right point, held in. Osterley hands it to Zadina in the slot, moves in, shoots the puck off a stick, and that one ends up wide of the goal.
That's okay. Keep shooting, Philip.
And Bertuzzi in his sweet spot right in front of the net. Back at it.
I like the way Zadina changed his angle on that shot, too. He looked like he was going to shoot the puck, skated over to his left, and tried to get the goaltender Nedeljkovic moving and maybe give him a better chance to score. Bertuzzi with a chance right out in front, knocked away. Nedeljkovic looking on as that puck goes into the corner. Nedeljkovic looking on as it's played out to center, and Witkowski steers it over the line. Now to Renouf in the corner. He's checked by Nick Leddy. Leddy, a veteran in the National Hockey League. Played for the New York Islanders and the Chicago Blackhawks, and he's one of those puck-moving defensemen, and hopefully will add some points to the lineup for Detroit.
Well, he can skate like the wind. Kind of maybe a good sign was on that last series there of action, Tyler Bertuzzi got pinned behind the net. The white net was kind of standing awkwardly, but seemed no worse for the wear. I mean, he was kind of jarred in his back, so that's pretty good. He was able, obviously, to maintain and didn't go right to the bench and kept playing.
Not many good opportunities to score as the puck was sent by Rowney, and he's had a couple of chances right now, Carter Rowney, but Nedeljkovic will smother it in a kneeling position in the goal crease.
We've got Wyatt Newpower out there on defense right now on the blue line with Lashoff. He's an interesting player to watch this season as we head into the preseason. Newpower. Oh, look, we're looking at our staff up there watching the red and white
hierarchy.
game. They
That's
look like
the
they are.
trust.
They look very, very tuned in.
Steve holding court.
No score. We thought this could be a high-scoring affair, but so far neither team has managed to put a point on the board as Gagne backhands the puck around the boards and behind the team white goal. Nedeljkovic shovels it into the corner. Centering attempt by Smith. That one knocked away. And they battle for it along the corner boards. Smith with a check on Elson. The puck loose to Chase Pearson, who's trying to make this team this year. Pearson with that blonde hair flowing in the back of his helmet dumps it down into the corner in the team red zone.
I don't think he's going to cut it. He says he is, but I don't think so.
As Carley would say, the lettuce in the bucket as the puck is back down the ice into the team white end. Quick change by both clubs. Neither team scoring a goal here. 10:42 to play, first period. Alex Cotton, Red Wing defender. Bounced it right on goal. Sunday hop to the goaltender. Grice keeps it alive by throwing it into the corner. Bobby Ryan out there right now trying to make the team. As Stevens now moves in with a shot. He scores! Mitchell Stevens, an acquisition in the offseason from the Tampa Bay Lightning from the left circle, fires it low corner of the net, beating Nedeljkovic, and it's 1-0 Team Red.
Good play there. Steven showed some really good speed. was able to beat the Dalkovich, you probably would like to have that one back.
Look at it on the replay right there, picking that lower corner. And he's a player that could be a big part of the fourth line this year, Mitchell Stevens.
I think he's going to be the fourth line center.
Yeah, the Red Wings acquired Mitchell Stevens in a trade earlier in the season, and they gave up a 6th-round pick in the 2022 draft. And if Stevens can pan out, I think that's great value.
Bobby Ryan flips it across. Brubacher dumps it in. Puck took a funny bounce right out in front of that empty goal as Nedeljkovic went to play it in behind the net. Luckily, Team White will come away with it. Pius Suter, quick move to get it to Troy Stetcher. On in his attack, moves in, right circle dipping shot. Kind of handcuffed the goaltender Grice right there. We got a piece of it. Gustav Lindstrom spun around by Michael Rasmussen. Quick feed in the slot. Fabry with a chance, partially deflected and wide of the Team Red goal. 1-0 Mitchell Stevens, the goal scorer for Team Red. Here's Jan picking it up in front of the penalty box. Now Nick Leddy up the left side. It's scooped to the side of Nedeljkovic. After it is Danny DeKaiser. Little feed pass to Philip Rowney. Up the left wing boards. DeKaiser to Rasmussen. Shovels it in. Nametsnakoff and Leddy battle for it in the corner. Ernie dug it loose. Back to the line of Rowney. His shot knocked down in front. Went through. Grice made the save. Now it's picked up by Team Red and sent around the boards and scooping it up Gustav Lindstrom. He'll flip it out to center ice. Knocked down by Adam Ernie. Aiden Verbeek shoots it into the Team White zone. Quick change by Team White. 8:44 to go in the opening period, and it's 1-0 in favor of Team Red. Roenick out to center ice with a feed pass. Danny DeKaiser crosses the red line to dump it in. Shoveled around the boards and scooped up. Pasqualo's on the ice for Team White. Now it's Veleno steering it across to Tyler Bertuzzi. Put on the brakes, cuts inside. Nice move to get away from Tutayev, and he'll throw it into the corner. Tutayev, Art, is a guy that looked good in the Prospects tournament.
Yeah, he certainly did, and he's just going to have to get a little stronger. Probably spend some time in the AHL, but depending on how he progresses, he could see some time in Detroit.
Look, got a giveaway, a chance by Barber, and Grice with an outstanding glove save on a bang-bang play. That was a turnover. Team White with a glorious chance, and Grice with the save of the game so far.
Man, Thomas Grice looks like he hasn't missed a beat.
No, he has not. That was a nice glove save, as Kenny pointed out. Nice play, though, by Team White. They're starting to carry the play. I've been impressed with the pace of the play so far for both teams. I mean, this has been a lot of good up and down action.
I believe that was Osterley that turned that puck over, and he's skated over to Grice and said, "Thank you very much, Thomas."
I'd imagine these players are pretty excited to have a preseason. You remember last year, training camp was in January, and they had to basically enter a season with just 3 red and white scrimmages. So they're probably excited to get some actual game action under their belt before they head into the regular season.
Right, and no fans and everything. It was kind of a sterile environment.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're psyched to be playing in front of a packed house, too.
Mo Sider on the ice wearing uniform number 53. A lot of expectations with him. Lashoff, veteran player in the Red Wing organization for so many years. Captain of the Grand Rapids Griffins. Hands it ahead. Sider to Giovanni Smith. Sam Gagne dumped it into Nedeljkovic, and he made the easy save. And DeKaiser slowly plays it out to center to Roenick. Poked off the puck at center ice by Taro Hirose. Hirose will steer the puck into the corner. Well, he came into the National Hockey League out of college and had a pretty good point streak going.
Right, yeah.
9 games or something like that?
I think he set a Red Wing rookie record for most points to begin his career. Hirose led the nation in scoring his senior year at Michigan State.
Yep.
I remember he was on a tryout, and he went back to state, and then they came back and signed him. So I think that, I think that they had a gentleman's agreement that after senior season at state, he was going to become a Red Wing.
Yeah, he played 6 games last year for the Red Wings, but in 29 games with Grand Rapids, he had 28 points. So he had a nice AHL season.
He's one of those players where the puck really follows him.
Right.
And, he can play on the power play as well.
Right, he is a playmaker. I mean, the Red Wings have always liked his playmaking ability, his passing.
Well, you talk about his point streak. I think it was 9 straight games with an assist.
Yeah, I think that was it, Daniela. I knew it was 9-something.
Jan makes his way in, right circle, and that shot was blocked, and here comes Nametsnakoff. His feed pass across, broken up by Tyler Spezia. Martin in over the blue line, checked in along the boards. 5:47 to go, opening period here in Traverse City. 1-0 Team Red. Mitchell Stevens with the lone goal, beating Nedeljkovic. Sider drops it back to Osterley. Stares it into the Team White zone, and that puck was batted down with a high stick by Team White. Art and Danielle, let's take a look at the replay right now.
Yeah, the replay, Thomas Grice with that huge glove save to keep Team White off the board. Nice pass in there.
Tutayev,
Yep, and
Barber.
Jordan Osterley looks like he may have missed the defensive play on that one, but it was a nice setup.
Osterley turned the puck over. He's
Yeah.
the one that sent it in front. If you're going to make a mistake, you make it right now.
Yeah, it's a good time.
That's right. That's not going to happen
You live
again.
and learn. Red and white game's a good time to do it.
No score here, actually it's 1-0 in favor of Team Red. Bertuzzi played it off the stick of Osterley, who was jumping in on the play. And Tutayev will drop it back. Stetcher out to center ice for Team White. Stick handles over the line, angles over to the left wing boards in pursuit. That is Mo Sider. Sider trying to dig it, got his body in front to knock his man down. That allows Joe Valeno to tap it up the far corner. Now look out, a centering attempt. Renuff came in, short side, got a stick on it, but it was partially deflected and away from the goal. Bertuzzi, quick feed over. Osterley again moving into the play, shoots the puck, and Nedeljkovic made the save.
We've talked a lot about the season coming up and getting tickets. Fans back at Little Caesars Arena, don't miss out on the last day of the training camp flash sale. If you go to DetroitRedWings.com right now to purchase your tickets, you will pay no fees. So that's a great deal, and you can buy your tickets to any of the Red Wings home games, including October 14th opening night presented by Coca-Cola. We want you there. We want you there at every game.
All right, it's going to be a lot of good fun, a lot of good action this year at Little Caesars Arena. This team is starting to rebuild and get their act together and be competitive.
Game I always like is the New Year's Eve game. They play the Washington Capitals this year on December 31st. Here's a snapshot, rebound chance, and they score. Firing that puck home was Dominic Shine for Team White, and it's a 1-1 tie.
Dominic Shine, one of those guys who just gets the job done, plays really for Grand Rapids most of the time. And that was just a great play there. He buried it, made no mistake about it.
Dominic Shine, a local kid from Pinckney, Michigan.
Good old Pinckney. Maybe it was a Pinckney Pirate.
Pinckney Pirates. That's one of the best mascots, Art. I know you're a big mascot guy.
I definitely. Pinckney Pirates, red and black. Love you, Pirates.
I went through Pinckney a lot when I was broadcasting games in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
Far away.
Pinckney's interesting little village.
What a weekend of sports it's been in the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
Both Spartans and Wolverines winning yesterday. We've got hockey on the horizon, and the Lions, 1 o'clock today.
Miraculously winning both of those teams. I don't know how they pulled it off with no offense in the second half.
We've seen more offense in this red and white game.
We really have.
Game tied 1-1. Closing moments of the first period, 3:26 to go. Good crowd, late arriving crowd here on this Sunday afternoon in Traverse City. Nice hockey weather outside too, kind of cool and just perfect for hockey as Raymond brings it out 3-on-3, up over the line. Now to Fabry with a move, he got the shot away and Grice came up with a save.
Beautiful, real subtle play there by Raymond to get the puck to Fabry. He skated right in and had an excellent scoring chance.
You know, you guys.
I like Lucas Raymond.
I was just going to say, I don't know if it's just me. He had 3 goals in the Prospects tournament. Obviously very impressive there. But his vision on the ice, he knows where his teammates are.
I'm telling you, if that young man does.
So a shot by Elson.
Rebound right out to him. No mistake there.
Game tied 1-1. Here is Nametsnakoff firing it in. Letty looks over his right shoulder. Raymond in pursuit of the puck for Team White. Into the corner. It's Nametsnakoff trying to jam it away. All over his back is Verbeek. Adam Ernie sticks it around the end boards. Rasmussen, quick feed to the line. Stetcher with a shot, and that one changed direction wide of the goal. Team White coming on a little bit after that goal by Dominic Shine to tie up this hockey game. Again, Hayden Verbeek working for possession of the puck in the corner. Rasmussen trying to kick that puck loose, got it to the line to Renuff. Swings it across Stetcher. Now it's Ernie tapping it away from Spezia, plays that puck around the boards, and behind the net skates Nametsnakoff. Into the right circle, to the blue line, Stetcher, not a Renuff. Back to Stetcher, right point. Twisting and turning deeper, wrist shot blocked out in front, and it's cleared out the center by Osterley. Well, one of the things I mentioned or noticed about Osterley is he likes to join the attack, and he's actually had a couple of good scoring chances in this first period.
Yeah, he's pretty much an offensive-minded defenseman.
Art's a big fan of the Osterleys. If you haven't checked out the Summer Wings featuring Jordan Osterley, you should on Red Wings YouTube.
One of my favorite interviews, Art.
Yeah. I am big Osterley fans, I have to admit.
You're impressed with the living abode of the Osterleys, right? As the puck was shot by Zadina on target.
Even though the rest of Dearborn Heights is all mad at me, I just didn't think homes like that nice existed there.
Team tied 1-1, a minute 10 to go in the first period. Rink wide feed, Philip Zadina. Now to Valeno, drop pass, moving in, Bertuzzi, and he had his pocket picked by Rowney. Penalty coming up as Rowney was tripped. I believe Zadina's going to get the penalty right here.
Zadina says that was a dive.
So it looks like we are calling penalties.
Look at Bert. Bert's just shaking his head.
I'm hearing they're going to go for a penalty shot, so we'll see some work on that here in today's red and white game.
Tyler Bertuzzi will get an opportunity to put Team Red out in front with the penalty shot here. So it'll be Bertuzzi.
It'll be Hronek.
Oh, Hronek. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, Hronek will be going for the penalty
Bertuzzi
shot.
Drawing at him now, trying to psych him out.
Psych him out. That's exactly
All right, Hronek on the penalty shot against Thomas Grice. Here he comes, cuts wide, moves in, stick handles, fake, shoots on the backhand, and Grice with a big pad save. And Grice has looked sharp.
He has. He stood his ground on that one. Little dipsy doodle, but didn't happen.
Grice made a beautiful glove save earlier in the period and stopping Hronek right there on the power play. Speaking of Hronek, he's probably been the best point getter on the blue line for the Red Wings over the course of the last 3 seasons.
He led the Red Wings in points at one point throughout last season, so definitely he's got that offensive mind. Wanted to see him use that slap shot a little bit more on the power play.
And he had the most points on the power play at 11.
Yep.
Under a minute to go here in the first period. New Power will pick it up. Played for the Cleveland Monsters last year. Not a Rowney. Up across the line. Little drop feed to Sam Gagne. Gagne into the corner. A lot of traffic in front. Centers it to Smith. Trying to power his way to the front of the goal. Sabrango knocked it away. Now it's lifted ahead out to center ice. Dominic Shine, who scored in this opening period, circles back and hands it off to Sabrango. 20 seconds left in the period. Alex Cotton picking it up inside his own zone. Team White on a change. Pius Suter dancing on those skates. Moved it to the side of Grice. Grice flipped it around to Nick Leddy. Nice outlet feed and out to center ice. Smith couldn't corral that puck. Witkowski slides it ahead to Lucas Raymond, and there goes the buzzard and the first period of play, and both teams scoring a goal. Stevens and Shine, the goal scorers, and it's a 1-1 tie. And now what we're going to see is some power play and penalty kill work.
Yes, and as mentioned, it will be each team gets a minute, and they will rotate for 5 minutes. Pay attention to the power play units, because as I was talking to some of the coaching staff during training camp, they said that it is tough on the power play right now to decide who's going to be positioned where. But for the penalty kill, there's a lot of things that they have in mind that they want to implement tonight that we might see in the season. So pay attention to who's out there, especially on the penalty kill.
Right. Just looking back at that first period that we saw, I have to say the white team carried the play. The outshot the red team 10-4. And really, Thomas Grice has been the difference in this. He has come up with some very, very big saves. And I like the energy level by both teams. And it'll be interesting to see out there right now is Bertuzzi, Valeno, and Bobby Ryan, and Zadina,
and Nick Leddy. Yeah. And on the kill, you've got Suter, Hronek, DeKaiser, and Nametsnakoff. That's the fourth penalty killer.
All right, well, let's see what happens here. And as the puck is bounced right out in front, shorthanded, Nametsnakoff will pick it up and just flip it out to the corner in the Team Red zone. As Ernie is out there now with Rasmussen in a penalty killing role with Stetcher and Renuff. Again, Team White, penalty kill looking good. You know, the penalty kill last year, the last month of the season, they really, really played well. And one of the best penalty killing units from that stretch in the National Hockey League.
It was impressive. Actually, defensively, the Red Wings tightened it up in the second half of the year last year. But they were getting some of their guys back, although injuries plagued them throughout the year.
Ryan sends it. Back on the line, Nick Leddy. Now to Valeno. Quick feed over. It's Dina with a one-time shot. Right circle, wide of the goal.
That is lethal.
We love to see it, though.
You know, you've got to get that shot on target.
Love
That's
to see it.
Anyway, that ends the power play for Team Red. Now we'll see Team White on the power play for the next minute.
Nice penalty kill from Team White.
Yep.
Ernie, Rasmussen, and Fabry. Adam Ernie came into his own last year primarily on the power play.
Ooh, Lucas Raymond out there. He was great on the power play in the prospect tournament.
I would imagine you'll see Raymond on a point.
Yes.
Well, maybe not. Maybe he's going to play the wing, and then you have Fabry on a point. But it'll be interesting to see where he positions himself.
Right. Like I said, Ken, they're still trying to figure out the power play unit. They're going to try a few different things, so I'm sure we'll see him at both positions.
Mo Sider, a penalty killer.
That he is.
Along with Joe Nosterly.
Feed over the line. Drop pass, left circle, shot blocked. That was Mitchell Stevens who took the shot into the corner. Carter Rowney checked it along the boards. Raymond cleaning house, knocked Rowney into the boards. Stevens, now Fabry picks it up for Team White. On the power play, Team White for the next 40 seconds. Rasmussen with a rink-wide feed to Lucas Raymond. Lane shut down. He drops it back to Philip Aronik.
Smart play.
Team Red changing their penalty killers now as Lashoff and Gagne are on the ice. Stevens remains out there. Here's Roenick dashing down the middle of the ice. Pass across off the skate of Gagne and cleared all the way down the ice by Mitchell Stevens.
Good aggressive penalty kill here by the Red team. They're standing them up at the blue line. White can't get anything set up.
Stevens has scored a goal and also looking pretty good on the penalty kill as it's sent into the Team Red zone. Back on the line. Here's Roenick. Right circle feed. Fabry with a shot off the stick of Lashoff and into the protective netting just when time expires.
So not much going on either power play, but both penalty kills looked pretty good in their minutes on the ice.
And we said last year the Red Wings had problems with their entries. And I think one of the things that they're trying to work in right now is getting that puck in the zone, getting set up, and moving that puck around. We really haven't seen that in the first two power plays.
No, we really haven't. And but I've got to credit the penalty killing.
Yep.
I mean, they have been really aggressive. They've on the forecheck, standing four guys on the blue line, and it's been tough to get anything set up.
Now you've got Sider and Taro Hirose on the points for this power play with Ryan, Gagne, and Bertuzzi.
And they put a minute 10 now instead of a minute.
Ryan with a shot from the top of the right circle on target, and Nedeljkovic with the save. The penalty killers, we'll try to get that for you for Team Red right now.
Yeah.
You've got, or Team White rather, you've got Sabrango out there who's playing back. Witkowski in a penalty killing role. Robbie Fabry and Chase Pearson. There's Mo Sider, right point on the power play. Skates over, middle of the blue line. Throws it across Ryan. Back to Sider with a shot, and the save made. Along the right side, Fabry picking it up and flipping that one off a girder at center ice.
Bobby Ryan's here on a PTO, and I've been pretty impressed with how he's played so far. He's got a nose for the net, obviously. He's a perennial 30-goal man at one time in the NHL, so he knows what to do with the puck. He has really good instincts, and he's showing it in this game.
But, Art, if some of the youngsters manage to step up and really play well, it kind of makes it difficult for a veteran like Ryan to make the lineup.
Well, it really does. And then you're hoping that there's another team, one of the other 31 teams sees enough in them and maybe gives them a roster spot.
Bobby Ryan started the season with the Red Wings 4 goals in 3 games. He just battled some injuries all year long.
Sider to Ryan. Down low, Bertuzzi with a chance, and I don't know if Nedeljkovic saw that one. He got a piece of it, knocked it away. And Sabrango, penalty killing role, finds the opening to drill it down the ice.
I'll tell you, it's good to see Tyler back. He's very animated out there. Looked up to the heavens after that shot didn't go in.
His game looks pretty much the same, too.
It does.
The same style.
That's a great point, Danielle.
Yeah.
He does not look like he is thinking about anything but playing hockey, which is good.
And the penalty kill works for Team White. Neither team has scored on the power play, but the penalty kill really looking sharp.
We want to see a power play goal, though, don't we? Come on. One team's got to get a power play goal.
He skates back to the bench and goes, are we power play now, or are we penalty kill?
I forgot
what are
which
we doing?
one I just did.
This 1 minute thing is just like, it's screwing me up.
All right, Pugh Suter, Barber, and Nametsnakoff up front on the power play with Alex Cotton and Lucas Raymond now playing that point position for Team White. Letty in a penalty killing role with Stevens. Team Red shoots it down the ice. Rowney in a penalty killing role, and the other player out there for Team Red, that is New Power. Here comes Suter over the blue line, put on the brakes, hands it off to Raymond. Just playing catch with each other. Raymond out of Cotton, back to Raymond again. Right circle, down low feed. Right circle, back to Cotton. Got it from Raymond, back to Lucas Raymond. Raymond with a shot, and he just missed. He fired that snapper wide of the goal. Nametsnakoff holds it in, but stealing the puck, Wyatt Newpower, and he will deliver it the length of the ice.
Lucas Raymond went wide on that shot, but he looks smooth when he shoots the puck.
He doesn't need a lot of time or space to get it off.
No.
Nametsnakoff tried to make his way in, chopped away by Team Red. Alex Cotton turns away from Valeno. Now to Pugh Suter, down the middle. Stick handles inside, has an opening. Instead, he brings it back towards the line to Alex Cotton. Now to Lucas Raymond. Fired a shot, trying to go upstairs and over the glove and wide of the target. That glove belonged to Thomas Grice. And again, the penalty killers do the job as we have one more power play, I believe, before the period comes to an end. Or maybe not.
Might be calling it right here. We're trying to keep track too, you guys.
They did the minute 10, so maybe they... 1 minute, then 1:10, 1:10. So.
Well, that looks like it will do it. So let's talk about that first period a little bit, you guys. We talk about the red and white scrimmage. It's not a game, right? They're just trying to implement. They're trying to get some systems down. And we saw that in that first period. I think we saw them trying to get their feet under them, trying to implement the things they've learned all week. And we will talk a little bit more about it. I'm going to toss down to Carley right now.
With Mitchell Stevens, who just put a puck in the back of the net for Team Red. And how did it feel to get out there and get some game action after a few months off?
Yeah, it's good to be back out, getting to know the guys, getting to know the team, and it's exciting. I'm excited to be here and excited to get into real game action here.
Yeah, first Red Wings training camp for you. What's it like being here at Center Ice Arena, and especially in front of some fans?
Yeah, it's awesome. Great support. It's pretty cool because you get to spend a week here with the team and get to know everyone and really bond as a team. So it's been great.
Like I said, a few months off of game action. Did it take you a minute to kind of get your feet sturdy under you, or did you feel like you just jumped right back into it like no time had passed?
Yeah, I think when you're coming into a new organization, you want to put your best foot forward and make a good first impression. So for me, it's come in and have fun.
Coach Blash giving you the pat of approval over there. How does it feel to be able to get that approval from Coach Blashel?
No, it's great. All the coaches have been awesome. For me, getting to know all the systems and different plays and everything. So it's been great.
Getting some reps out there with special teams. What are you hoping to bring to this Red Wings organization?
Well, for me, just to bring energy and speed and be tenacious on pucks whenever I can, and ultimately help the team win.
All right, lastly, what are you hoping to come out here and do in the second half of the game, I guess I should say?
I guess, find our structure, work through all the systems, and have fun playing hockey again.
Well, best of luck to you. Really happy to have you in red and white.
All right, thanks very much.
All right, thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Carley. Mitchell Stevens, we keep hearing the words system and structure, and that's what I was going to get before we tossed down to Carley for that interview with Mitchell Stevens. That's what they're doing. They're implementing structures and systems. Hopefully these guys will all have a chance to make the team and come the preseason.
Well, that's what's important about this training camp for Detroit is making sure that you know exactly what you need to do in different situations so that it prepares you for the preseason games which are coming up. The Red Wings are playing in Chicago on Wednesday, back home against Buffalo at Little Caesars Arena on Thursday. So you want to make sure that before you start playing those preseason games, you know where your teammates are, you know what you have to do when you get the puck, and you got to have that communication, that constant communication out there and that talk, which is so important when you're playing a hockey game.
All right, Art, who did you like in that first period or first half, I guess we should say, today?
Well, I liked the penalty killing, actually. I know that we saw the 1 minute or 1 minute 10 deals going on. I thought Thomas Grice was really, really sharp. I thought that the line of I thought Pugh Suter was coming into his own. I'd like to see a little more from Joe Valeno. I think Joe Valeno is centering the number one line for the red team. But overall, I like the energy. And I really think that at this point, what we're seeing, as you said, implementing systems, but there's a lot of new faces. Steve, as usual, has made a lot of changes, and I do think it's kind of getting to know you, getting to know all about you, as that old song says. And I think that, and that's what's happening. I thought Mitchell Stevens was spot on, getting to know the guys and, trying to acclimate myself to a new team. Well, there's several guys out there that are trying to do that, and I think for the most part, and some of them, like Mo Sider, this is his second training camp for the Red Wings, but or I guess third. No, he was in Sweden last year.
January,
So his second one. But a guy like Lucas Raymond doesn't look out of place. Philip Zadina's buzzing around the ice. Needs to get, as Kenny pointed out, get his shots on net. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good period. I really did. You never know what's going to happen once they get out on the ice. They've been practicing for about a week, and some of the prospects have even been here longer, and where's their energy level going to be? Well, their energy level's high, and I do think a lot of it has to do with the fans in the building. I think playing in front of people is an adrenaline rush for these guys, and I thought they put on a pretty good show.
That's right. I think they did too. Two things that I did notice was, we talked about it a little bit during the period too. Tyler Bertuzzi, he looks good out there. He's playing his game. He's still going to battle in front of the net, so that's a good sign for Tyler Bertuzzi. And then I have to mention Lucas Raymond again, because I thought he fit in very well during that first half of this red and white scrimmage. He was good on the power play. His vision's great. Like I said, he can find players, weave it into spots you didn't know were possible. So I really like what I saw from him too.
Certainly Lucas Raymond and Mo Sider didn't look out of place.
Right.
They didn't look like there was a lot of pressure on them. They just went out and played their hockey game. The other player I really liked was Thomas Grice. I thought he made some really big saves. And, I just hope the Red Wings can get some goal support for him, because last year in the lineup, whenever he played, it just seemed like he was lights out in goal, and the team just wouldn't score for him.
It took forever for him to get his first win, if you remember.
Yeah, and that was the thing where, he kept the team in the game, but they just couldn't find the offense. And that's where the specialty teams come in. You hope that your goaltender makes those saves for you in a close battle. And we're going to get a look right here on one of those saves as Tutayev sent it right out in front. And there was the beautiful glove save as, the shot was taken from right out in front. So you just hope that the Red Wings can score and give him some support as he keeps you in the game.
Yep, definitely. And what do you want to see in the second half of this, Art?
I'd like to see a little more offense, I'll be honest with you. Even though I picked the game as 7-5, I don't
that
know
was
that.
interesting.
But
that was bold.
Wishful thinking on my part.
You just thought the goaltenders weren't going to show up today? Is that what you thought?
Well, I thought that the offense would be ahead of the goaltending,
Gotcha.
defense. But actually, I was wrong again. But I really I'd like to see. I'll put it to you this way. I think that it's going to be really, really tough for Lucas Raymond not to be a top 9 forward on the Red Wings, from what I've seen thus far. I know we have a preseason game, maybe even top 6. I just like the intangibles of him. I'd like to see him put a couple of pucks in the net. I think Zadina has just been, an accuracy away from scoring a couple of goals, too. I mean, they need goal scoring. They need those young guys. And, again, I just want to see how Tyler Bertuzzi is going to hold up, because he is playing Tyler Bertuzzi hockey out there, which is a rough and tumble
I'm
game.
happy about it.
Yeah, I know you are.
My favorite player. I love Tyler Bertuzzi's style.
And he was engaged. He's talking to people. Hronis got the penalty shot there, and he's busting his chops a little bit before he went to shoot. So overall, not a bad way to begin the season.
Well, let me ask you both this. We like the goaltending that we saw out of Thomas Grice. Is there a chance that we see a change in net? Are we going to see Victor Bradstrom in the second half along with Calvin Pickard?
Well, that was a point I was going to bring up. I was going to ask the same question, and I don't know what the plan is for the coaching staff, but I would imagine in a game like this, you want everybody to perform in some way, shape, or form. So Calvin Pickard could be in goal for Team Red, and in Team White, it could be Victor Bradstrom. And again, I thought Bradstrom in that first Prospects game against the Dallas Stars, he kind of tweaked something there. It was 5-1 in favor of Detroit, and then they scored 3 goals in the third period, Dallas, to make it a hockey game. But overall, he was tested and really played well, Victor Bradstrom.
Right, that was your buddy Tufty, wasn't he? The guy that was
Tufty was the guy that was tough. Yeah,
he was tough on Bradstrom. Oh, it's interesting talking to some of the scouts here during the prospects tournament. The one goaltender that they thought was really good and stood out was Bradstrom. So I would expect that. Now, will Calvin Pick, better known as Picks, is Picks going to be in the net? I don't know. But you got to think, right? We're going to see 2 different goaltenders in the second period.
Yeah, and I mean, Thomas Greiss is going to be one of the Red Wings goaltenders. Alex Nedeljkovic probably too. But you want to see what the younger goaltenders had. Calvin Pickard playing in Grand Rapids. Give him some time, right? I think it would be nice to see a change in that.
And the other thing we should mention is that the Red Wings did trim their roster a little bit. And the goaltenders that we wanted to see is Sebastian Kosa, who was the high draft choice. We saw him in the prospects tournament. Jan Bednar, they were sent to their respective junior teams. So we will not see them the rest of the way here in Traverse City or in the preseason. But again, they're young. It's an opportunity for them to learn what it's going to take to play in the National Hockey League and continue to grow.
As we've said all camp and during our live streams this week, goaltending and the top 8 defensemen are pretty much set for the Red Wings. Where this competition is at forward. And if you can score goals and you have skill in offense and you're responsible 200-foot game, I think without question you're going to you can make a real legitimate run regardless of if you're 18 years old or 32 years old. The Red Wings need that right now. The forward core battle is really going to be fascinating during the preseason.
That it will be, and we talked a little bit about Moritz Seider. We're seeing him playing in today's red and white game. Before we get to the second half of this scrimmage, check out Waiting in the Wings featuring Moritz Seider.
With the 6th pick in the draft, the Detroit Red Wings select from Mannheim of the DEL, Moritz Seider.
You can hear the reaction here in this arena, but you did not see this coming either way.
I know in his mind, he's ready to make that step and to make that jump, so I'm excited to see where he's at. I think one thing with Mo is there's still lots of work to be done.
I would say that Moritz Seider is one of the best prospects in the NHL right now. He's really grown in both, physicality, his offensive game, his skating, everything has improved as he's gotten drafted. He is as NHL ready as anybody not currently in the NHL right now.
Seider's in a really good place right now, especially given the season he just had between the Swedish Hockey League and the World Championships. And at 2 rather high levels, playing against professionals, he excelled. He was one of the best defensemen in the SHL this season.
It's time to add the NHL to that list of leagues that he's been able to play in. I think he's more than ready.
Germany has Great Britain scrambling, and they score! Seider!
Through my experiences as a player and now in development and management, it just becomes blatantly obvious that they're ready. I think if they're playing the minors, they're just too good for the league. It's just they're dominant every single night. They can do what they want to do. They're able to handle big minutes. They look confident.
He's very open to different types of learning, whether that's on a dry erase board, X's and O's, whether that's showing him physically on the ice what you're talking about, or whether that's through video.
I just try to have fun in life, enjoy every single moment, and try to be a better hockey player, I think, every single day.
He's a special hockey player. I think Mo does a lot of things very well. He doesn't make too many mistakes on the ice. He's a physical, bit of a nasty player as well. It's hardened. It makes other teams' top players feel not so great after being on the ice with him.
I think Moritz Seider is one of those prospects that brings everything. He does everything you need an NHL defenseman to do. At his size and his mobility, he should be able to transition very easily and be, a top 4 defenseman in the near future, if not on day one. I mean, that's how much he has developed in these past 2 years.
I think that's my goal. I think I have a really good opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to this chance. And I just want to work hard and want to show everyone I can fill in with that role and I can bring something to the team.
He's making great strides. He's doing everything we could possibly ask of him, and we're hoping that he comes over and he's ready to make that jump and be in an impact player for us on the back end.
That's my job for now, just to keep focused and keep motivating yourself to be on that opening roster.
Waiting in the wings, presented by Carhartt. Mo Seider, a very exciting young prospect for the Red Wings. Lucas Raymond has his edition of Waiting in the Wings also on the Red Wings YouTube channel. So check that out if you haven't seen it yet. There are so many great features that we've been doing during this offseason. You'll definitely want to visit Red Wings social channels. And Art and I are actually very excited about a feature that will be coming out later this week. For the Word on Woodward, we got to talk to Davis T-Bone Codd. And he was a very interesting player here at Red Wings training camp. He was a free agent invitee, and he played in Saginaw for the OHL last season, but obviously the OHL didn't have a season. But he's a golfer. He's got a great nickname, and he was a great kid. And
kind of promote it, he is a hockey player because of Johan Franson's then-fiancée and Henrik Zetterberg's then-fiancée, because they were enthralled with his hair.
They loved his hair. They said, you have to play hockey. So he was like, okay.
Okay, and then
I'll play hockey.
Next day he became a hockey player. Very interesting kid.
We do have a goaltending change.
That's right.
So we're going to see Victor Bradstrom for Team White, and also in Team Red, Calvin Pickard, who played a handful of games for the Red Wings last year. He's in goal for Team Red.
All right, Picks in net and
Team White.
Bradstrom is a big, big guy.
So ready to go as Joe Veleno will take the face-off for Team Red against Hugh Suter, and the puck has been dropped. We're underway. Second period action. Up the right side, here comes Nick Leddy out to center ice. They have 10 minutes on the clock, by the way, as we start the second period, as it's shot back around the boards. And quickly, Suter lays it out to center Robbie Fabry. Fresh sheet of ice up over the Team Red line. Try to center it out in front of the goal. It's loose to the side of the net. Mo Seider finding some open space behind his own goal. Now had it knocked away, and then he gave Suter a little rough riding along the boards, but Fabry picks it up. Deep in the Team Red zone. Tapped it back to the Kaiser. Now to Rowney. Left side feed broken up by Leddy. He read it beautifully, and then allows Team Red's Zadina to tap it out to center. Quickly on the attack, skates Lucas Raymond into the right circle, drops it to Robbie Fabry. Into the corner to Raymond. Left face-off circle to the line or enough. Slings it across. Troy Stetcher shot, and that one ends up off the glass into the corner. Seider battles for it. Pins his man in along the boards. Then took a little shot right there by Michael Rasmussen. Nick Leddy on the breakout for Team Red. The Bertuzzi chopped that puck down into the corner. I would imagine you're going to see some veterans taking some liberties at Mo Seider and saying, welcome into the National Hockey League.
Get used to it. That's what they're saying.
Right, Michael's a pretty big man, Rasmussen too, but he's been a little more assertive, and that began last year. He uses that, what he claims is a 6'6" body.
If you just tuned in, it's a 1-1 tie. Stevens scoring for Team Red and Dominic Shine for Team White. The play is offside up across that Team Red blue line.
Wonder why we're at, think they're going to switch halves or for the second 10 minutes?
I'm not sure. They always like to switch things up a little bit here at training camp and the red and white scrimmage. So we'll see what happens when the clock hits 0.
Well, we know we could be done by that time. All right, see ya.
There's a pass. Giovanni Smith couldn't handle it out at center ice. Bounced off the boards into the Team White zone as Rasmussen checked along the boards, tried to move it ahead. It came out to center ice. Gustav Lindstrom fires it back across the Team White blue line into the corner. Rasmussen shovels it blindly up the wing. It's intercepted. Now it comes back towards the line of Osterley. Gagne dumped it down and behind the goal to Giovanni Smith. Back in the line of Lindstrom. Now to Giovanni Smith. Hanging onto the puck. Turns, fires, save made in goal by Victor Bradstrom. Back to the line. Smith holds it in from the right point. New Power with a shot. Arister on target. Bradstrom the save, and again comes out to center ice. And New Power will handle it for Team Red. Vitaro Hiroshi jumping on those skates. Carries over the blue line. Moves in. Fired a wrist shot. Blocked out in front. Ernie comes back the other way for Detroit.
Hiroshi's worked on his shot a little bit, you can tell.
Swings it around the board. 7:10 to go. Second period, a 1-1 tie. Bobby Ryan to Taro Hirose. Feed pass to Ryan. Fired the shot, trying to pick the upper left-hand corner. Shot it over the crossbar. Again, that's Hirose. He's a playmaker out there as the puck comes up the left wing and out to center ice. Ryan Lashoff, longtime Red Wing. Played many years in Grand Rapids, dumping it in behind the team white goal. Victor Bradstrom hands it off to Rowney. Rink wide feed out to center. Barber hustles after it, too far in front of him. Brubacher picking it up. Dropped it back off the reverse, and Team Red will come out to center ice. Hayden Verbeek. He's got that speed. He charges in over the blue line. Drops it back now. Right circle feed to Brubacher. Bothered from behind by Barber as he tried to get the shot away. Pass in front, a weak shot right out in front of the goal. That was taken there by John Martin, and an easy save by Bradstrom. Back over the line to Tayev. Snaps the puck in behind the goal. Sider hammers it forward. Now Team Red on the attack. That is Martin steering it into the corner. Troy Stetcher hit by Jan to Tayev with an outlet feed. Chase Pearson dodges traffic, gets it out to center ice. Renouf over the line now to Dominic Shine. Try to pull move, try to get onside, and Lindstrom tapped it away. Good defensive play by Gustav Lindstrom right there.
Right, well, he's steady, calm, cool, collective.
That up feed pass to Valeno, charges over the blue line, cuts inside, angles through traffic over to the right wing boards. Elson with a check on him, finishes him off. Now it's intercepted. Out to center ice, Pew Suter. Feeds it over to Dominic Shine. Now a shot taken right there by Stetcher, a broken stick. It was blocked, and Bertuzzi head up, charges out to center for Team Red. Steers that puck around the boards into the corner in the team white zone. Luke Witkowski couldn't handle it. Swung around the boards, new power, had it chipped away. And here's Robbie Fabry on Nick Leddy. Couple of veterans up across the line. Fabry stumbles, hands it in the slot. Cotton with a centering attempt. That was intended for Pew Suter, but he was covered right out in front of the goal.
It was a nice play. I like Alex Cotton's game, too. He is also an offensive-minded defenseman. You can see it.
Yeah, nice play to keep that puck.
Fabry moves in with a shot, and the save was made by Pickard. Got a shoulder pad on it. Pickard did as the puck rolls to the right side of the ice. Witkowski. He can play the forward position, he can play the defense position, and he can fight as well. Well-rounded.
And you know that Mickey Redmond likes that, and he's wearing Mickey's number.
I understand he's a good fisherman as well. Carley Johnson can attest to that.
That she can. I think he taught her a thing or two as well. Another Summer Wings that you can check out on Red Wings social channels.
Game tied 1-1. Goal scorers in the first period. Stevens for Team Red and Dominic Shine for Team White. 4:08 remaining, second period. Here's a shot by Ernie. He's got a heavy shot, fired it wide. Here's Roenick now at the blue line with a screen shot. Rasmussen in front, trying to deflect it home.
Right, that's Michael's game right there.
Roenick with a shot. Ooh, Pickard made the save as Ernie cut right out in front, trying to redirect and screen the goaltender.
Roenick had quite a bit of time on that shot. It looked like he slow motion wind up, tried to pick the corner.
Ernie was a bright spot last year.
Yeah, he was.
For the Red Wings.
Very much so.
He was in double digits as far as scoring goals for Detroit.
It'll be interesting to see where Ernie fits in this year. The line of Adam Ernie, Luke Glendening, and Darren Helm was pretty successful. Obviously, Darren Helm and Luke Glendening are no longer Red Wings, so.
Look out, Nametsnakoff steals, moves in with a wrister. Ooh, and a heads-up save by Calvin Pickard. He got that one away in a hurry. That was a hard wrist shot.
Did.
Team White applying the pressure in the Team Red zone. Michael Rasmussen on his back and in the slot. Nametsnakoff with another chance. He got the leverage on that one, and Pickard made the save. The Team Red goaltender's been doing a really good job here in the hockey game. Grace in the first period, now Calvin Pickard.
Right, they really have come up with some big saves.
Wonder what they had for breakfast this morning.
Puck up the right wing boards. That play is offside. In over the line is Carter Rowney before the puck.
Well, we have 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in this second period. Second stanza.
We'll just leave it at this.
We're not happy. Once the clock hits zero, we're not exactly sure where we're going.
Stevens, Hirose, and Ryan out there for Team Red. Shot taken by Stevens, looking for his second goal of the game. Bradstrom with the save. Team White coming back. Barber out there along with Tutayev. And Chris Qualo. Tutayev to Chris Qualo with a shot, and Pickard made the save. Rebound comes to the right circle. Barber Finds open ice, middle of the blue line. Turns, fires through traffic. A lot of bodies right out in front of the goal. Chris Quala was knocked down. That allows Team Red to bring it back. Out to center ice, a feed pass over the line. Bobby Ryan to Stevens, off his stick into the corner.
Tutayev is impressive.
He made a nice play on that Team White rush.
Stetcher over the blue line. And again, Team White getting those bodies out in front of the goal.
They had like 3 guys out there last scoring chance.
That's where you score in the National Hockey League. Got to get a little bit dirty out there and get those bodies in front of the net. Teams will give you the perimeter all the time, but you got to get in front. Here's Dominic Shine making his way in right circle, trying to get the shot away. And again, a good solid defensive move by Gustav Lindstrom to take him off the puck. And at 56 to go, second period, game is tied 1-1. Dominic Shine's actually looked good. Here's Pearson with a wrister, and that one's knocked away by the goaltender, Pickard, who's been busier the 2 netminders here in the second period.
He certainly has been.
Team Red a little discombobulated in their own zone.
White's outshot him 17-11 thus far.
Mo Sider out there for Team Red. Now it comes out to center ice. Martin hit Cotton out at center with a body check, and now it's Elson dumping the puck into the corner in the Team Red zone. Down to a minute 22 to go in the second period. Puce Suter with a check along the boards. Mo Sider picking it up. Pass off a stick in front. Suter with a chance. Rebound. Shot it wide of the goal through the pads of Pickard. 2 opportunities for Puce Suter.
He's going to be thinking about that.
Well, he had the first one, and the second one he put right through the pads of Pickard, and it skipped out the side door into the corner. Back to the line. Here's Rowney. Team White threatening. Late in the period. De Kaiser with a shot off a stick wide of the goal. Jumping up, Robbie Fabry trying to knock it away. And Luke Raymond picking it up for Team White. Turned it over. That allows Team Red to bring it out to center ice. That's Martin checked in along the boards. Good play by Rowney coming back to knock him off the puck. Suter on the attack over the blue line. Sticks it over. Right circle Fabry. Fired a shot, and that one's off the stick of New Power and into the crowd.
A lot of energy again, especially Team White.
Look at Suter right there.
Oh, man.
Right through the crease and into the corner. He just missed.
Kelvin Pickard coming up with a huge first save on that play.
Right, and then he was at his mercy.
Yeah,
And Suter just missed it.
I'm pretty impressed with the defensive play. Gustav Lindstrom's made a pretty good play, and then Rowney coming back here, hustling back to make a play to keep Team Red off in that offensive zone on a threat.
Reminder to fans that we're not seeing Mark Stahl in either of the lineups tonight. He's going to be a huge part of the Red Wings defensive core.
Certainly. As we've been saying all week, that top 8 is pretty much set.
And again, Dylan Larkin not playing in this game, and neither is Jonathan Berggren.
Or Jacob Verana.
Jacob Verana, who had a bit of a shoulder issue.
Oh.
Whoa, all right, there you
go.
go.
Did he beat the clock?
Nope, he didn't.
We got to rough Tyler up a little bit, just protocol.
There's Luke Witkowski coming in. Hey, the period's over.
Hey, man,
don't shoot the puck.
you don't shoot that puck. What's wrong with you?
Got a couple of them laughing right there.
Yeah.
We're going to have some power play time right now. So we played 10 minutes, and now we'll see both teams with some power play and penalty kill. And then I would imagine you'll see the final 10 minutes.
Maybe. Your guess is as good as mine at this point.
Daniella, what are your overall impressions so far?
I like the energy of the game. Definitely in this last 10 minutes, we saw Team White finding a groove. They put a lot of pressure on Kelvin Pickard and Team Red.
Again, both teams working on the power play and penalty kill. Team White on the power play, and the penalty kill is done well. We saw them at the end of the first period. But we'd like to see a couple of power play goals. Here's Alex Cotton. Out to center ice. Barber fires it around the boards.
Certainly. When your power play was converting 11.4% clip, I don't care if it's a red and white game or what, you want to see this power play actually do something. Be interesting to see what Alex Tanguay has to say about the power play, but it's so early on. I mean, they're still getting
Well, again, we've talked about it constantly. It's implementing the systems and finding the structure as we move forward into the preseason.
And not really solidifying the power play unit. Here's a pass in front now. Oh, and Barber trying to make his way in, shot the puck, and actually had a stick lifted by Nick Leddy in the shooting process.
Nick Leddy, you can tell why he's a veteran. He looks pretty good out there. He's a real smart, heady player.
I'm not sure what happened there, but there were 2 or 3 Team White players behind the defensive Team Red.
I'm sure the coaching staff will be marking that one down. You're right. You don't want to see them get too wide open,
Right.
especially on the power play. So again, the penalty killers come up big, and now we have the power play for Team Red. And let's check out the lineup. You got Zadina, Boleno, and Bertuzzi with Leddy and Ryan out there on the power play for Team Red.
I've got a good feeling something good's going to happen here.
Kaiser, penalty killing roll, drops it back in. Philip Rowney finds the opening and drills it the length of the ice.
I feel like Danny DeKaiser's been on the ice a lot.
He has, which is good to see.
Yes.
Completely healthy. Last year of his deal.
McLetty, not a Bertuzzi, fired the shot, and that went into the protective netting. You know, one of the things I've noticed over the last several years, and every team does it now, seems on the power plays, you drop that puck back and you get the forward or the defenseman coming through the neutral zone with speed, and they're so hard to stop. A little bit of a different look on this power play where the puck carrier is actually carrying the puck in. So we'll see if that's something new the Red Wings will implement, or do they go back to the way most teams do it in the NHL. Let's see what happens right here. Nick Leddy will pick it up. Up the right side, Bobby Ryan shoots it in. Now, last year they would have dropped it to a trailer, but
right, they didn't.
They didn't this time, so maybe that's something new to watch as Nick Leddy will pick it up for Detroit. Team Red, up the right wing, Leddy across the blue line. Pulls up, slings it across. Chopped down by Rasmussen. Now stick to head, short-handed Rasmussen making his way in, but Leddy with a poke check to knock him off the puck as time expires in that power play.
Preseason coming up quick. We've got a game on Thursday, right? September 30th at Little Caesars Arena, Buffalo in town. That game will be streamed on DetroitRedWings.com. Or, of course, you can come down to the game, get your tickets at DetroitRedWings.com as well. Ken Kal, Paul Woods on the call. So that'll be a fun one, Ken.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We get the rust off a little bit the night before in Chicago as we're broadcasting that one on the radio. But, yeah, it'll be good to get see the crowd back at Little Caesars Arena, no doubt.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
All right, Team White on the power play now. Anna Murney with Robbie Fabry. Michael Rasmussen, there he is, Art, parking that big body in front of the net.
Again, his hand-eye coordination and his reach.
All right, Fabry to Rasmussen. Bottom of the circle, tried to feather it in front to Ernie. Snuck in there, but the pass didn't get through. Fabry, Ernie to Fabry, into the corner.
Kind of a give and go there, did not work.
Roenick now angles over, chopped it to Adam Ernie. Ernie into the corner, knocked it behind the goal to Rasmussen, chopped it around the boards to Robbie Fabry. Rasmussen parks himself right circle, down low, gets the feed, back to Fabry, to the blue line, Roenick, quick puck movement. Fabry to Rasmussen, calling for the puck, ends up behind the goal. Sider chased him down, 3 seconds to go on the power play. Fabry fired the shot off a stick into the protective netting with 0.5 seconds to go, and I think they just might take that time off the clock, and we'll see the other power play going now.
Robbie Fabry active on that power play. He had 3 power play goals last season, and that was actually a team high. So if that doesn't tell you the Red Wings need to score some more power play goals. And
I think it was Fabry, Ernie, and Bertuzzi all had 3 power play goals last year to lead the Red Wings. Needless to say, that's just not good enough.
And Bertuzzi only played 9 hockey games last
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's 2 ways to look at this. Either the power play isn't very good, or those penalty killers are so good that the power play
right, there you go.
work,
I think we'll go with that one.
Penalty kill has been good, though. They've been pretty aggressive. And
Well, and you have to Tyler Bertuzzi made a huge difference in the power play. A huge difference. And without him, it was more difficult.
All right, Team Red with a man advantage. Sider out to Bobby Ryan at center ice. Bertuzzi, Gagne, and Hirose up front. Pass along the boards, hustling over to hold it in. That is Bobby Ryan. Tried to thread it through some skates, came to Mo Sider. He turned it over. That allows Team White to clear the zone. Suter coming back to steal from Hirose. Slings it across and cleared all the way down the ice by Dan Renouf in a penalty killing roll.
Time for one more rush.
10 seconds to go in that power play. Here comes Hirose. Stick handles over the blue line, makes his way into the left face-off circle. Hanging onto the puck, throws it across, wide open. Bertuzzi with a drive, and Bradstrom came across, made the save, and that might have smarted a little bit on Victor Bradstrom. Hard shot by Bertuzzi from the right circle.
Look at that. 10 minutes on the clock again. Looks like we will play the final 10 minutes of the second half period segment. Whatever word you want to use today.
Stanza.
And the game is tied, 1-1. Both goals coming in the opening period. Stevens opened the scoring. Dominic Shine tying it up for Team White. Again, what amazed me is the different look on the power play as far as the entry, as the Red Wings are bringing that puck in without dropping it to a trailer. That's something maybe we'll see differently this year.
Well, they have to, in all honesty, they have to do something differently. It wasn't working last year, and I know you can change personnel and try something different. And, maybe that's Alex Tanguay's mark right now, trying to freshen things up.
Well, and that's where preseason will help, though. You have all of your players on one team, and you're able to mix and match and figure out what line is best for you.
Jan had an opportunity just moments ago. Bradstrom made a save on him as the puck is batted back around the boards. Calvin Pickard will scoop it up and lay it into the corner. Game tied 1-1. Here's Barber in the slot. Just couldn't find the handle of it, and that allowed the defender to get there to knock the puck away in a shooting position. Barber hammers it in from center ice. Pickard lays it back, and Gustav Lindstrom. Team White making a change on the go. Lashoff. Watched by Dominic Shine. Now the puck turned over. Here is Chase Pearson moving his way in. Lashoff stole the puck. Stick handles into the corner. Chopped it forward. Team Red couldn't clear it out. Pearson with a feed, right circle. And again, Team White applying the pressure in the zone. And now it's knocked down the ice by Team Red. Hiroshi in pursuit along with Giovanni Smith. Dominic Shine, to me, has been a player that has really stood out for Team White.
Ken, he always has been, and whether it be the Prospects tournament or...
Giovanni Smith with a shot, right circle. That one off a stick and wide of the goal. Smith dug it loose, got it behind the net. Rowney tied up Sam Gagner. Smith in the corner with a big body. Moved it down low to Gagner again. To the blue line. Brubacher with a drive. That's off the skate of Chase Pearson. He blocked it. Now Smith with a shot. Save made by Bradstrom. Pearson, one hand on the stick, laid it up the wing. Not out, held in. Good work by Team Red right now. Ronak looks over his left shoulder. Pulls up in the corner, rolled it around, and now Team White on the breakout. 7:54 to play in the third period. Game tied 1-1. Brubacher into his own zone to scoop it up. Long stretch pass to Stevens. Chipped it across the line. Pius Suter coming back to lay it back to Danny DeKaiser. DeKaiser, his pass broken up at the Team Red blue line. Brubacher laid it across. Now Stevens dancing on those skates, moves into the right circle. He opened the scoring way back in the opening period for Team Red. To the blue line, Ryan shovels it across quickly. Osterley, rink wide feed to Ryan. Ryan with a shot. That one ends up off a stick and wide of the goal. Turnaround chance, a shot, and Stevens scores. He got the cross ice feed and fires it home. His second goal of the game. Team Red leading 2-1.
Mitchell Stevens.
Bradstrom couldn't do much about that. Just a perfect play. Stevens, nice touch around the net.
That was a good setup, I believe, by Taro Hiroshi.
We talked about him being the setup man, having 9 straight games with an assist when he started with the Red Wings, and there you see it again. It was a great setup.
Talking to Jamie Pusher for the Tampa Bay Lightning, former Red Wing defenseman, he said that Mitchell Stevens just needs a bit of confidence, just a shot of confidence, because his game is there, and obviously 2 goals in this red and white game. He's going to have to be feeling pretty confident about himself.
So a nice replay there on the goal by Stevens. 6:50 to go in the third period. 2-1 Team Red. Here's Robbie Fabry laying it back. Shot taken right there by Sabrango off a stick and wide of the goal. Tyler Bertuzzi looking on as the puck comes back towards the line. Sabrango again rolls it into the corner. Robbie Fabry. Always seems to make things happen when he's on the ice. Robbie Fabry, hurt last year, missed the majority of the games towards the end of the season, but valuable member, and especially on the power play, Art.
Well, right. I think he led Detroit with even strength goals with 10. He does have a nose for the net. I mean, that was just a great trade that the Red Wings pulled off for Robbie Fabry. From the moment he's arrived in Detroit, he has been an offensive force. And, a great story because the first couple of years he played well with St. Louis as a rookie and then had some broken leg issues for 2 seasons, practically didn't play any hockey. but it's come back and played pretty well.
Broken legs will definitely cause an issue, Hart.
Especially if you're trying to skate.
If you want anything to know about leg injuries, just ask Carley Johnson.
Oh, yeah, she can let you know. I think Robbie Fabry had a nice knee injury there, too, so something in common.
I think Carley's still rehabbing that knee as the puck comes back out to center ice, and Hayden Verbeek will move it across, and here's Jan wearing 67. Fires it in.
Rehabbing and still skiing.
I don't know about that.
2-1 lead, Team Red. Stevens with both goals. Dominic Shine connecting for Team White. Witkowski after the puck in the corner, using his body for leverage. Bounced in along the boards as they try to battle for it. Now it comes up the wing. Hayden Verbeek looking on. Puck squirts free, comes to Nametsnakoff, and he will drop it to Alex Cotton. Rink wide, feed up the right side off the stick of Lindstrom and into the Team White players bench. 5:25 to go in the third period.
If you are looking to head to a Red Wings game this season, make sure you take advantage of the training camp flash sale that ends today. You will pay no fees on any of your ticket purchases, and that includes opening night, October 14th against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So definitely check that out, DetroitRedWings.com. Tickets to any single game.
Here's Gagne with a feed pass over the line, making his way into the corner, shuffles it around the end boards. Renouf. Red trying to take command of this hockey game. They have a 1-goal lead. Shot left side off the side of the goal. Bradstrom will hang on to it off to that far goal post.
And for most of this red and white scrimmage, the white team has had better scoring chances, but the goaltending has been really, really good for Team Red. First with Thomas Grice and now Calvin Pickard.
Another look at the stop by Pickard. I'm sorry, Bradstrom.
Those are difficult for goaltenders sometimes. Those pucks low to the ice, and big goaltenders like a Bradstrom usually has problems, especially when that puck's in the crease in their skates because they lose the puck.
Well, you know, they
Right,
pin
they
it
can't
in there.
see it.
He pinned that one in there, too, and he's just waiting for the whistle. He's like, hopefully I have it in the spot where it's not going over the line.
Giovanni Smith into Kaiser with wrapping each other up a little bit there off the far side. Puck bounces free to Kaiser, moves it into the corner. To Tayev. Tried to thread it out in front of Rowney, who pinched in, and
nice work there by Giovanni Smith.
Yep.
Giovanni Smith, one of those players that's going to make things interesting up front, as you were talking about earlier, Art.
Well, he's definitely slated for that fourth line.
Yeah.
There's Rowney, right circle, making his way in, coming back. Hiroshi to lift his stick. Good defensive play that allows Team Red to bring it forward. Rink wide feed, jumping up. Osterley, now to Hiroshi, in over the blue line. Hiroshi, little deep, cuts wide, moves out in front, tries to jam it home, and Bradstrom came up with the save.
You know, Taro Hiroshi is a little bit different player right now. I think that he's worked on his shot. It looks hard and accurate. He's going to the net. You know, signed a 1-year deal with the Red Wings.
Here's take a look at it again. He makes a deke to the outside, moves away from Chase Pearson, and cuts in front. And you know what? Maybe in his earlier days, Hiroshi would have circled him behind the net and looked for somebody. That time he tried to make something happen.
That's exactly right, Ken. That's what I was talking about. Difference in his game. More aggressive, going straight to the net, going to the greasy, dirty areas to score those goals.
Go upstairs with a shot right there. That was Stevens looking for his hat trick. I'll tell you what, if he plays like this during the regular season, he's going to be a very valuable member of this Red Wing team. Shine up across the line. Letty stood him up. Down to 3:35 to go in the third period. It's a 2-1 lead for Team Red. Again, in case you're just tuning into the stream, Stevens with both scores for Team Red. Dominic Shine, the lone goal scorer for Team White. Bradstrom in net for Team White right now. Calvin Pickard for Team Red. Lashoff. Now a feed out to center ice. Bobby Ryan. Flipping it deeper into the Team White zone. Team Red changing on the fly as it's played by Witkowski up the left wing out to center ice. Hugh Suter in over the blue line. Now Lucas Raymond in the right corner, spins away from traffic, moves in behind the goal, bounced it back towards the line. Sabrango put on the brakes, turns, fires. Suter trying to redirect in front. Brubacher had a beat on him as Veleno flips the puck off the glass and goes into the corner. Leno with a big hit there on Luke Witkowski. Witkowski goes down as the play continues. Brubacher to Mo Sider. His wrist shot wide of the target. Bertuzzi with a centering attempt. Raymond knocked it down. Backhands it off the glass. Took a funny bounce. It allows Veleno to Feed it into the corner for Zadina. Feed pass out in front of the goal. Sabrango lifts it off the glass to clear the zone. And back into the Team Red end. Sider had Suter get around him. He shoots, he scores! Hugh Suter with the goal to tie it up 2-2. He got around Mo Sider and fires it upstairs to tie the game.
Suter giving Robbie Fabry a high five there. They played together in Guelph alongside Tyler Bertuzzi as well. So that has to be a fun reunion for the three of them.
Definitely. Very impressive by Hugh Suter there.
Yeah.
You know, not many guys take that puck away from Mo Sider, and he just took it right away and fired it home. Made no mistake. Nice shot.
You know what's important, Daniella and Art, about that play is it's one thing to get around the defender. Another thing, it's to finish on the play, which Suter did. We almost got clipped by a puck right there.
Yeah, I thought Kenny was going to go back to his old days.
I didn't even say it today either. I didn't even say it today either.
Starting third baseman for the Wayne State Tartars they were back then, weren't they, Ken?
Tell you what, my nose was over the glass here, and it tracks pucks sometimes.
Tell you, my nose definitely would attract a puck and get hit.
I'm quick. I'll block it next time.
Where were you? Right there?
I don't know.
Come on, Daniella. you want to take that back?
No. I knew it wasn't going to hit you.
That reaction time was a little slow, Daniella.
Yeah, very slow.
Down to a minute 45 to go. Shot taken, rebound. Lindstrom and Nametsnakoff wrestle forward into the corner. Lashoff getting that rear end in there to pin Ernie in along the boards as they battle for it. Puck squeezes free. Nametsnakoff to the line of Rowney. Shot the puck through traffic, blocked out in front. Nametsnakoff on the rebound, throws it back to Kaiser. Feed right circle. Bounced over the stick blade of Adam Ernie, who was ready to pull the trigger. Now back the other way comes Spezia. Gets the feed, charges over the line, moves in with a shot, and Bradstrom got the blocker on it to make the save. Rebound comes right out in front. Back to the line, Osterley. Moving in, shot the puck off the goalpost. Osterley making a bid to make it a 3-1 game with a minute to go. Osterley, right circle. Now to Nick Letty. His team red. Their team white pull the goaltender if they can get possession of the puck. Here's a shot. Pickard doesn't have his stick, and with a pile up out in front, he'll just hang on to the puck.
If they're going to be pulling their goaltender, then they're definitely out to win.
Oh, that's right. It's 2-2. I thought it was 2-1. I'm sorry.
It's like, hey.
Did you forget about Suter's goal?
we went the red and white.
The puck distracted him.
Maybe it's
The
one of those
flying
things
puck
where the winning team
distracted
gets steak and the losing team gets hot dogs.
Well, you know, in a game like this, you try to do everything, right? You get to practice with the goaltender pull. All right, down to 40 seconds to play a 2-2 tie. Gagne in front of the penalty box, worked it back to Nick Letty, throws it across to Osterley. Up the right wing, out to center ice, pushed it up across the line. Carter Rowney dumping it in behind the Detroit Red Wing goal, team white. Moves back out to center ice, and Osterley will pick it up. Smash it across to Nick Letty. Hanging onto the puck, got it out to Rowney. Pass up, broken up, back inside the team red zone. 10 seconds to go in the period. 2-2 is our score. Osterley down the middle. Feed pass to the trailer Gagne, left wing. Now to Osterley. Fanned on the shot. Backhands it across. After it is Gagne, and he shoots as the buzzer sounds to end the period. And it's 2-2.
We're going to have a little 3-on-3 overtime, I think.
Now we saw the power play and the penalty kills, and now it looks like
3-on-3.
The Blashill's calling for some 3-on-3 overtime play, which is always exciting. Overall impressions so far, Daniella, I would think that both teams have played well. Goaltenders have made some big saves. Thomas Grice. Again, Mitchell Stevens.
Yeah, you got to mention Mitchell
probably the best
Stevens.
player out there.
Exactly. Red Wings acquired Mitchell Stevens from Tampa Bay in a trade for a 6th-round pick in the 2022 draft. So if he can pan out to be a solid center on this team, I think that's great value right there.
Well, without question, I think the energy level has been good from the opening face-off on. I do think the goaltenders played very, very well. For the red team, Thomas Grice, kind of set the standard because for long stretches, the white team has been the better team. However, goaltending has kept them in, and I really do like Mitchell Stevens, and it's very, very important. With Luke Glendening now in Dallas, here we go.
Actually, you're going to see maybe it's 3 penalty shots each, but here comes Bertuzzi. making his way in slowly. Guts to his backhand, and the save was made. And that is no good. And making the save right there is Victor Bradstrom for Team White.
I got a feeling Fabry's scoring.
What's he going to do, Art?
Art has a
Fake?
feeling.
What's he going to do?
He's going to do a backhander, I'm pretty sure.
Backhander. Here comes Fabry making his way in on Pickard. Backhand. You called it, Art, but a save made by Calvin
Man.
Pickard.
You were almost 100% right.
He let me down, that Fabry.
That's okay. Here comes Gagne. He's going to make up for it, Art.
Better in the National Hockey League, Sam Gagne picking up some speed, gets the green light, and now he crosses the blue line right down the middle. In on Bradstrom, fakes, shoots, and the pad save. Late pad save by Bradstrom.
Bradstrom pretty impressive, just not deking on the moves, just following the play all the way.
So we saw him in the prospects
Lucas
tournament,
Raymond.
and
Here
he was
we
really
go.
good. Now Lucas Raymond, all eyes on him. Here he comes, the rookie, Raymond, up across the line, cuts wide to the left circle. Out in front of the goal, scores!
There we go.
Off the inside of the post and in, and that was a big goal.
I want to see him crack a smile after that one. Skate seriously back to the bench.
Now it's all up to Joe Veleno.
Joe V now will try and tie it up. He picks it up at center ice with speed. Moves in over the blue line. Shoots on Bradstrom, who got a stick on it, and he made the save.
Right now, Adam Ernie.
So one goal, Lucas Raymond in the shootout. Adam Ernie eyeing the goaltender down. Calvin Pickard cuts wide up across the line. In on goal with a chance, and the pad save by Pickard. Tried to beat him low on the stick side that time.
All right, and are we going to continue this?
Art, it's your turn.
That'd be great.
Hopping over the boards at Regner.
Mo Sider.
Here we go.
There we go.
Crowd.
Buzzing the crowd.
Well, we saw Raymond score. Let's see what Sider can do. Cuts in, twisting and turning, makes his way in with a shot and a glove save made right there by Victor Bradstrom.
And Mo's smiling, and he didn't even score. I wanted to see Lucas Raymond smile.
Here's Nametsnakoff.
Nametsnakoff makes his way in now on Pickard. He shoots and he scores. That's 2 goals for Team White, Raymond and Nametsnakoff.
Well, maybe we just want to see the whole roster, I guess. Not sure exactly what's going on.
All right, here's Philip Zadina. I think he's the last shooter here. Makes his way in on goal. Stick handle, shoots, and Bradstrom with the save. And Bradstrom shutting the door on Team Red.
Okay, are we... And now Suter wants to shoot.
They don't want to leave the ice, Art.
No, they don't. Suter's going to shoot now.
You get a penalty shot.
You get a penalty shot.
You get a penalty shot.
Hugh Suter. He scored to tie it up 2-2, makes his way in on goal. Fakes, shoots, tried to go through the wickets, and a stick save right there made by Pickard.
All right, Robbie Fabry says enough is enough. He's skating out.
And that's it. And the crowd loves it here in Traverse City. A standing ovation for their boys. The red-white game ends, and Team White with the victory.
Now see a ovation here by the crowd, and it's nice. I'm sure that this is a really uplifting experience for the players to be playing in front of fans again, the great fans here in Traverse City.
Well, it's an interesting sight right now because you've got Team Red and Team White shaking hands. It's been 4 days of pretty extensive work out here in Traverse City, and the crowd really enjoying themselves as both teams shake hands out at center ice. Again, Victor Bradstrom, I was talking about him in the pregame show, and I was saying, look, this guy is actually playing some pretty good hockey in goal for Detroit.
Well, and he will be in Grand Rapids this year, so and I encourage everyone to get down to Grand Rapids and watch the Griffins, because this team is going to be loaded with the Red Wing prospects and Ben Simon and his squad and Randy Cleaves and the PR staff. It's a great show down there, and Victor Bradstrom will be in net for the Griffins, along with Pickard.
Now they line up out at center ice, both teams, for the picture here. It's always the annual picture. That signifies really the end of training camp. And again, the Red Wings open up their preseason coming up this Tuesday in Chicago. And then actually it's Wednesday in Chicago and Thursday against the Buffalo Sabres at Little Caesars Arena.
Yep, and that one will be streamed on DetroitRedWings.com, featuring your very own Ken Kal and Paul Woods. All right, you guys, so as you said, Ken, training camp winding down. All things considered, was this a successful red and white game? What did you learn?
Well, it was, and if you look at the power play, still a work in progress for the Red Wings, in my opinion. The power play really didn't get things going, although it's early, and you're not playing, we're seeing different players and special teams. But the bright spot is that the penalty killing, I thought, was pretty good in front of both goaltenders, and both goaltenders making some big saves.
Well, you could say that you picked up right where they left off. I mean, the power play still needs work, and the penalty kill looks good.
There's Lucas Raymond on his penalty shot goal as in the shootout as he beat Calvin Pickard right there. And that's a bright sign for Detroit, the way Lucas Raymond has not only played in this game here this afternoon, but also in the Prospects tournament as well.
If he continues at this pace, and we'll see in these 8 preseason games, I'm sure he's going to play at least 6, if not all of them. He could be one of the top 9 forwards, if not a top 6 forward. He certainly has the skill and the talent and the hockey sense, the high hockey IQ. He thinks the game very, very well, and you can see it out there.
All right, I'm not positive if Carly's on headset, but I think she is. All right, Carly, there you are. All right, just had to make sure you were hearing us. What'd you think, Carly? Overall thoughts on the red and white game?
What did you think I was going to leave?
I don't know. I didn't get a cue, so I had to just make sure. I had to just.
Car's back. Car's running. No, kidding. A great, outstanding game to watch. Really physical game. I liked what I saw out of both teams. I mean, it was really one of those games where at the beginning you didn't really see much offensively, but then that means that the defensive side of things are looking good. It's what's really funny in an inter-squad scrimmage is, so-and-so's not scoring. They're not picking up on offense, but that must mean that the goaltending and the defense are doing that much better. So, I really can't be disappointed. I love seeing that shootout, and I like seeing the guys having fun.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. The fans are here. Hockey's back. It just gave you that kind of feel that, it really is. We really do have a hockey season right around the corner. But a few notes I have, sitting down here ringside, a lot of communication. I kind of had a giggle at myself, not at myself, but to myself.
We had a giggle at you, too.
You are your own best audience. We know that.
I had a giggle to myself down here thinking about, Finding Nemo, how those seagulls are. They're all like, mine, mine, mine. That's what it sounded like down here. But that's so good. Like, that's communication. And especially on a team that's not solidified. We have some guys gunning for a spot. Some guys that are new. It's really good to hear communication out on the ice. And I was thinking as well, seeing a lot of these guys out there, big competition, who's going to crack the lineup. But that also tells you how good the Grand Rapids Griffins are going to be. Whoever doesn't get a spot on the Detroit Red Wings will likely be down in Grand Rapids. So that team is going to be absolutely stacked. Loved what I saw out of Mitchell Stevens. I know I got to talk to him at halftime, I guess you could say, in this red and white game. But, great guy, really poised. And speaking of poised, Moritz Seider, just watching him hold his stick and skate out on the ice, like, that guy has such great posture. And I know you're always supposed to skate with your head up, but even his shoulders are back. He just looks so confident and right out there. I like the Moritz Seider and Nick Leddy pairing. And Bertuzzi, I love seeing him fly around there, getting in the corners, having that net front presence that we know he loves during games. And that's a dangerous spot to be. There's a lot of physical action going on in front of the net, a lot of stick checking, cross checking. So that's a tough spot to be, especially when you're coming off the back injury. But he was in there. He's back like he never left. So I love seeing him zoom around the ice. But all in all, this makes me even more excited for this upcoming season. Goaltending was amazing. Not just, the tandem we know we're going to have with Alex Nedeljkovic and Thomas Greiss, but also with Victor Bradstrom and Calvin Pickard in there. Just great goalies in the organization, which is super important to have for a team and organization as a whole. Again, just excited. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I wish I could have gotten out there, you guys, and tossed some T-shirts.
Hey, Art was going to go take a penalty shot at one point.
Well, I heard everybody got hit with a puck.
I think if it was going to go any longer, I think Jeff Blashill was going to send Kenny and I down.
I know. But I know there was at one point, I know you guys had a little bit of scare with the puck up there. There was one point, I can't remember who it was, but took a major slap shot. Puck was coming right at me, and I actually ducked. Like, I'm behind the boards. I don't know why I did that, but, there was a lot of fun, a lot of action out there, a lot of physical action. So I liked what I saw from both teams. which is our whole team.
There you go. Exactly. Well, thank you, Carly. We appreciate it. Great reporting. Great job down there. It's been a fun training camp, and we're looking forward to preseason.
Absolutely. Can't wait. At home, Little Caesars Arena on Thursday. So right around the corner.
That's right. That's right. Thursday, you guys, as she said, that will be streamed on DetroitRedWings.com. Ken Kal and Paul Woods on the call. And, of course, if you want tickets to any home game this year, make sure you take advantage of the flash sale that ends today. You can get your single game tickets with no fees at all. So that's a big relief there. That's great. And that's for every home game throughout the season, including opening night presented by Coca-Cola against the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, Ken and Art, I want you both to just give me your final thoughts on training camp as a whole, and what are we looking forward to about the preseason?
Well, the fun starts now, I think, and that's important for the Red Wing team because they want to try to get, we're mentioning working on the structure, but it all starts now at these preseason games, and really you want to make things happen right now.
And again, Art, as we mentioned, we didn't have a preseason headed into last year's shortened season, so this is going to be huge for these guys.
Well, yeah, certainly it is going to be huge for them. As Kenny said, this is when the fun's going to begin. You know, the Red Wings are up here for 2 more days, so it's going to be interesting. They're probably going to end up trimming the roster today, and they're going to hone in on, you're going to see, you know, the Red Wings and the Griffins pretty much playing during the preseason. I really have to say, I think Mitchell Stevens went a long way in solidifying that 4th center position. I really like Lucas Raymond. I can go on and on about him. And I really thought Thomas Greiss was really, really sharp in net, and the Red Wings are going to need that.
All right. Well, we're excited. Preseason just around the corner. Ken's going to pack his bags and head to Chicago real quick. But thank you all for tuning in all week long here at training camp, and we appreciate it. And that does it. That does it for our training camp coverage on 2021 presented by Huntington Bank.
Beautiful.
Yes. We'll be back, Traverse City. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you soon.